What's a stick?
I don't know. Let's find out. Hey, what's up YouTube? It's your boy Frank here. We're back with the Byrna. So this is going to be the last video where we're going to conclude all of our modifications. So as you can see, we remanufactured the barrel. So this barrel is entirely made of aluminium, or like my American friends like to call it, aluminum. And here's a stainless steel barrel. Took it out because I'll show you some footage, but I was planning on posting a video of this Byrna's new consistency, but I had a hammer failure where I think the heft of bringing this barrel back and forward, actuating it, caused my hammer to stay all the way open. So it was like in strike mode, but when I depressed the trigger, nothing actually happened. So that was that. But I'll show you some footage after this, and then we can take it from there. And as well, I've got a treat. We said we're going to do it. Here's a stick. Now look at that. That's a beautiful looking stick. Won't you agree? So yeah, I got a lot of, but I'm frustrated with reloading my 6-round mag, so I thought, oh, fuck it. Let's rather go 10 rounds, and then we can judge the consistency from that. Stay tuned. So before we get started, obviously we have to load up a stick. Very important. So one thing to note, I will be posting all of the modifications, barrel drawings, with this first iteration. I'll post a link up in the comment section, so please feel free to use it as you wish. We're doing this one for the Byrna Nation. Everybody that had to be stuck with a 8-9 joule launcher. I don't know how chemical projectiles will fare with this modification. Might have to give that a try one day, but for now, let's get done loading up the stick. Another thing to note, I don't have the proper spring yet, so I made a little connector where you can use 2 Byrna springs, because in South Africa it is quite immensely expensive just for one-off cost. So I'll include this connector as well, so you can just join 2 springs. Yeah, so let's load up the stick. There goes number 1, number 2, 3, number 4, 5, 6, 7. Now the spring pressure is becoming very, very, very strong. So with the 2 Byrna springs, it might even be too much, but yeah, we'll have to bear with it for now. I think that is that. Yep, I think she's full. And we're back. We have the Byrna. Let's pierce it in a safe direction. Unsafe. Why does it sound like it's not piercing? It doesn't sound like it's piercing. Anyhow, let's see. Got the stick, of course. Let's put that puppy in. Okay. Fire mode. Let's see. We'll be sitting on with the first shot. .8 joules. Let me just reposition my camera so you can see. 18.8 joules. 20 joules. 13.3 joules. 9.5 joules. 3.6. 3.6. Those numbers seem very low, but let's keep going. 4.4. 4.5. Last one. Something doesn't feel right. 4.4. Something definitely doesn't feel right. I'm going to change out the CO2 and then we resume, because when I punctured it initially, the trigger pull still felt the same. And let me just make sure that my hammer has been adjusted, because I did open this guy up, and then I'll report back to you guys. So I just changed out that CO2 cartridge, because when I pierced it, it didn't even feel like it was pierced, but it was punctured. So if I'm not mistaken, it feels like we're moving in the reverse. So in the beginning I had good consistent numbers because I had a tight bored barrel for, let's say, X amount of projectiles that I've measured. Now it seems like, to allow for all deformities of projectiles to pass through, I might have opened the barrel a little bit too much. And here's the thing with the Byrna: since it doesn't have a bolt, I'm now relying on that little pint-sized valve pin to pump it, and then give it a running start, and then a CO2 to squirt it down the barrel. And if you get a similar conclusion right now, then it's all up to projectiles. So let's load up a stick again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's do this. So let's do this again. Have a Byrna, unsafe, time to puncture. Okay, that feels a little bit better. Put a stick in, fire. Yeah, I'm nervous, but anyhow, let's do this. Let's see. First shot, 24 joules. Now that's what I'm talking about. That sounds better. 24. 12. 3.9. 4.1. 4. Actually thinking now. So that 24 joule shot, you heard a loud squirt. So it almost sounded like we exhausted majority of our CO2. That's what it sounded like to me. Be right back. Doc, so let's wrap this up. So I've done some thinking in the background. So what I would like to try is I've took all the pretension of the hammer. So to do that, you have to just turn your hammer spring in all the way clockwise, and I took it one full rotation out, yeah, anti-clockwise. That is to place pretension on your hammer. I just want to see what numbers do we get, and then we can have a conclusion discussion about our results. Okay, same as before. Let's puncture in a safe direction. So safe, punctured. Put in a stick, as always. Put on fire. Now let's see. First shot. 14.5. 16.5. 2.6. 4.4. Last shot 4.1. Okay, I've seen enough. Let's quickly chat about our results. So, let's conclude. Does the stick work? Hell yeah. Spring tension might be too much, but it works. The one thing that I knew that we were going backwards were by opening up the idea of this barrel, which projectiles played a heavy hand in me opening up this ID. So initially, I got high numbers by keeping all of the gas behind this projectile. Same settings, same valve, hammer all the way tension up, I got more consistency. But however, with dragging this heavy barrel, caused a malfunction of my burner, hence why I moved to the alley barrel. However, whoever's willing, please, if you have better spherical projectiles that's on the dot, that's always on the sides, if you can manufacture a barrel and swap out the spring for the trigger. So I've also seen if you swap out the spring, that also adds to your FPS. So to keep this burner at a consistent firing rate, you would need a tight bore barrel that's matched to your projectile if you're choosing, and the projectiles need to be spherical all the way. Because we don't have that bolt action, we cannot push the projectile out of the barrel, hence why it needs to be loose for the gas to do its work. So what I'm experiencing, you heard that psst, exhausting the air. Air doesn't stay behind the projectile, it just squirts out, hence the numbers just subsides. So the problem with the burner as well, we run low on CO2, and I think that's it. So this is where I'm going to store this burner at. I'm done with this burner, done tinkering. I'll leave the valve drawing, the stick drawing, the stick STLs, I'll leave that in the comment section as well. And before we head out, let me just quickly show you how to couple those springs in the stick. 1 second. Okay, so you printed out the stick, you've assembled what I would like to call a back strap. what you want to do is slide this boy in. If you want to keep this like this forever, I might advise you to add some glue. You use the spring coupler that I've 3D printed out of ABS. You'll need a follower. So what you will do is, there's a little notch for this follower to locate and slide along. Put in your spring. One second, I'm missing a cap. So you'll need your mag plate, spring retainer. Slide this guy over, push down, slide the mag plate, and then you'll need something to poke just to have this retainer to lock into the mag plate, and that's it. And you're all good. This is Frank, and before I leave, I've got some bonus footage from when I was using the stainless steel barrel, where I got it damn near almost consistent. Check that out. This is me for the Byrna, signing off. Cheers all the way from South Africa. Safety off. .6 joules, 23.1 joules, 21.4 joules, 19.6 joules, 4.1. Seems like I had another stuck projectile there.